In Shulchan Aruch, Maran wrote that the Shabbat before Pesach is called Shabbat HaGadol. However, Maran did not mention reciting a special Haftarah for Shabbat HaGadol. But we do find a special Haftarah for Shabbat HaGadol in earlier sources. Rabbi Shlomo Ishaki, more popularly known as Rashi, who lived in France in the 11th century, wrote that the Haftarah for Shabbat HaGadol is ve'areba, even when Pesach begins during the week, and all the more so when Erev Pesach falls on Shabbat. Rashi wrote this in his book, Pardes HaGadol. Since that time, the custom of reciting a special Haftarah for Shabbat HaGadol was recorded by the Or Zarua, who lived in Austria in the 13th century, and was also quoted from the Maharshal, who lived in Poland in the 16th century. There were some Ashkenazim who only recited a special Haftarah for Shabbat HaGadol when Erev Pesach fell on Shabbat. This custom was recorded by the Ba'er Heteb, who lived in Poland in the 17th century. Interestingly, only reciting the special Haftarah when Erev Pesach fell on Shabbat was recorded as the custom in the land of Israel by Rabbi Chaim and Asheset Tehon in his book Eretz Hayim, which was published in the year 1908, and also by the Kaf Chaim Sofer, who lived in Jerusalem in the beginning of the 20th century. However, Rabbi Yitzhak Alfiyeh, who was born in Halab in 1877 and moved to Jerusalem in 1890, wrote in his book Siyah Yitzhak that the custom in Jerusalem was not in accordance with what was documented by Rabbi Chaim and Asheset Tehon and Eretz Hayim. He wrote that they never recited a special Haftarah for Shabbat HaGadol, even if Erev Pesach fell on Shabbat. And he specified that in the year that he was writing this book, which was 1923, Erev Pesach fell on Shabbat, and they read the regular Haftarah for Sav, not the Haftarah that others read for Shabbat HaGadol. At the same time, Harab Abraham Halevi Prague, an Ashkenazic rabbi who was born in Jerusalem in the year 1870 and passed away there in the year 1921, wrote that the custom in almost every synagogue and Beit Midrash in Jerusalem was to read the special Haftarah for Shabbat HaGadol every year. Rabbi Yitzhak Palaji, a rabbi in Izmir, Turkey in the 19th century, wrote in his book Yefei Leb that they never recited the Haftarah for Shabbat HaGadol even when Erev Pesach fell on Shabbat. So we see that some had the custom to read a special Haftarah for Shabbat HaGadol every year. Others only read the special Haftarah for Shabbat HaGadol if Erev Pesach fell on Shabbat, while others never read a special Haftarah for Shabbat HaGadol. What was the custom in Halab? Hakam Yitzhak Shehebar wrote in his book Ro'ei Ne'eman that the Halabis never read the Haftarah for Shabbat HaGadol even when Erev Pesach falls on Shabbat. Similarly, Hakam Yom Tov Yedid wrote in his Humash Meir Tov that in Aram Soba they never read the Haftarah for Shabbat HaGadol. And Rabbi Shlomo Antebi Saka wrote that the Halabi community in Argentina never recited the Haftarah for Shabbat HaGadol. I also remember Hakam David Towel here in Brooklyn always reminding us that we never recite the Haftarah for Shabbat HaGadol. However, Hakam Azra Ades, who was born in Jerusalem in the 1920s and was the son of Hakam Yaakov Ades, was quoted as saying that the custom in Aleppo and Damascus was to recite the special Haftarah for Shabbat HaGadol when Erev Pesach falls on Shabbat. Furthermore, in the 19th century, Hakam Abraham Hamli wrote that it is customary to recite a special Haftarah for Shabbat HaGadol only when Erev Pesach falls on Shabbat. This was included in his supplementary notes for his Pesach Mahzor, Bet HaBehira, that was printed at the end of Bet Simcha, which is his Mahzor for Sukkot. However, he did not specify that this was the custom in Halab, like he often did with regards to other customs in all of his writings. So the custom of reciting a special Haftarah for Shabbat HaGadol developed in France in the 11th century and was practiced in other Ashkenazic communities as well. In some Ashkenazic communities, the special Haftarah for Shabbat HaGadol was only read when Erev Pesach falls on Shabbat. Some Middle Eastern communities adopted the custom of reading the special Haftarah when Erev Pesach falls on Shabbat, while other Middle Eastern communities did not practice the custom of reading a special Haftarah for Shabbat HaGadol at all. The prevalent custom of Halab was not to read the Haftarah for Shabbat HaGadol, even when Erev Pesach falls on Shabbat. And this custom was maintained by Halabi communities, both in New York and in Argentina. Our custom is based on Maran and Shulchan Aruch, who did not make any mention of reciting a special Haftarah for Shabbat HaGadol.